The power of Acumen. Behold its wonderful glory. I just imported all of the Arizona jobs, and it literally took me less than 5 minutes to get to this point. Now we still will adjust some of these, but honestly, looking at these scores, they almost mimic the schedule health reports, and I think do a better job than the schedule health report. Obviously they do. So I just opened up all projects, and I had it sorted by scheduler, and I opened them and exported it as one XER, and then I came here and I hit multiple projects from one XER file, and I just exported all of them into one file. So it was one thing. And then it said, do you want to import these? I hit import, and then they all popped up here. So here's all the information. I was like, okay, let's go to diagnostics. And all of these were grayed out except for fuse. I hit fuse, and literally 3 to 5 minutes into it, I had a health report on every single one and what the issues are. And I started making phone calls. I was like, okay, ooh, there's a problem. There's missing logic. There's 115 missing open ends or open beginnings, or missing logic on the predecessor or successor side, and that's for this job. So then I looked for that job. I called the scheduler, and boom, I have them working on that. And you just focus on so that was my missing logic. And you see, we don't have a ton per project, but we'd start to look at changing the thresholds so that these will indicate to us that there's a problem. And we would change those thresholds based on the training that we get, because this software is crazy ridiculous. And that's the basic I know how to do in here. And there's all sorts of jazz in here that, playing around with, you kind of can see what it does. But logic density, let's look and read what it says. The average number of logic links per activity. So that's the average is 4, which that supposedly is bad. This one is between excellent and bad. So I'm guessing they want fewer than that. But to tell you the truth, I actually like the more logically dense your schedule is, the more critical everything is, and I think we're a little too loose. So I like that one. I think we just need to change the threshold to really talk about that. The number of critical activities. So like you start to see this, 71% of all the activities in this schedule are critical. Then you look here and be like, okay, well, what's this? Oh, that's Mason Main. That's because the owner has pushed off, and really the rest of the project, really we're just continuing to push, and we have an end date that should have been way back here. But when their builder finally comes back, so like all those things we take into account and see, oh, that's really what's happening here. That's why it's at a 50%. So really, we'd start to dial in and understand across the board what these issues are. Let's take this one, for instance, 1972. So there's 12 open ends. There's 3.19 activities per, or links per activity. 43% of the activities in the schedule are critical. We don't have any hard constraints. We have 64 activities with negative float. We have 11 activities with insufficient detail. And I don't know if that's activities. Number of activities that have a duration longer than 10% of the total duration. So I like that, having something like that. And that we might need to change this to not look at procurement across the board, but we need to standardize WBSs. So just going through this and looking at this, boom. And I wish we could have the names here, and we just need to change a few things to have the names there. But like, you can see the power of kind of what's going on with everything and see what the issues are. So if we click on a project, for instance, or within a year, here's our timeline year, you can look at, okay, let's understand the activities that are left here on this project, 1490. Here's those list of activities. I just really honestly love this. So there's 2. When you click on it, it shows you the activity without a predecessor and the activity without a successor. That's an amazing schedule right there because of that one metric, which is why we're seeing that one more at a 81%. And the that's Northeast expansion. So good job, guys, for keeping a schedule healthy. Now, healthy and actually hitting the end date. I mean, we don't have any negative float, but that, we have no hard constraints. I'd like to see self constraints. So let's go to the constraints tab. Click fuse. Okay, let's do this live. So I click the fuse button. Fusing. So now it's going to fuse and show me all of the constraint metrics across the board, and we can see, as late as possible, finish on or before. So you'd see all the different types by project, and you can see about how long it takes to go through and calculate and figure this out. But really, this tool is revolutionary, and I think we just need to change some of our metrics here. As late as possible, it's not giving any. I like to put a type on that, like if it's in procurement or like under certain circumstances, I'm okay with this. Early constraints, I don't like those. So I mean, there's some of these that I don't like. Some of these are way too high, in my opinion, but you can start to see where those are across the board. But that's the thing that we need to change and understand is how to change the metrics so that they're indicating differently, and we know where those are. It's here. It's huge, and it's hard to figure out how to make the math work with some of the stuff that they have in there, and then really how all of these tools can integrate and work to our benefit. Because just playing with it, we can kind of see here's schedule quality, and this is the fused every single project. That's that project all the way across by those, and there's your score. But what does this do? What does that do? You know what I mean? And really, we can sit and play around with it. But getting the training would get us there faster and a better understanding of how to utilize the software to its maximum potential. So I hope this has been really eye-opening to you. I love this software. Acumen Fuse is amazing. And being able to understand and learn this software is going to be key for Okland's success in the future. I hope that this has been eye-opening, and that you can see really across the board where our issues are at. We have missing logic here. For the rest of 2000, we have 194 missing or open ends across all Arizona projects. Boom, that's that. What's another better one? Negative float. We have 1,500 activities this year that have negative float, and you see we have 0 or not applicable in the past, right? Because that doesn't make sense. So like this tool right here, this tool is just ridiculous, amazing, crazy. So I hope this has been helpful, and I hope that we can get the training in the near future. Thanks.